Yo, hey playa, what's up? Today I want to share with you some of my favorite licks. Those licks that when I see them, I go, what the nasty? In a good way. So let's start off with this first lick by taking a simple analysis of this minor scale. So if I start right here at the 9th fret and do C sharp minor, I'll notice that there's only 2 half steps in this scale, all right? Now I see from this D sharp to this E, right? And this G sharp to this A. Now, a very interesting sound that we can make is letting those 2 ring together. That half step ring is one of the most dissonant harmonies you could find in music. So I could take those and create this interesting sound if I let them ring together. So let's go over here to this C sharp minor pattern, our A string root right here, and I could find these 2 notes, and I could let them ring together by doing this. And it's got this dissonant sound, man. So I can go up the scale. Something like that. Or go down. Now the cool thing about this pattern is I could bring it over to my E string root, my pattern right here for C sharp minor, and do the same thing and get the next 2 intervals, G sharp and A. And we could find it in one more common position if we look at the top 2 strings and think about the extended pentatonic pattern. So if I have my pentatonic right here, I can go up here, got that box shape, and I can go up there, right back down. Alright, so that's one little juicy lick we could pop in. Now let me think about another one. I call this the bend slide. I don't really know what else to call it, but it's kind of the one where you bend and slide. Like this. And basically what we're doing is bending and sliding, right? Now it's a little tricky. You got to take your time with it and get the feel for this. But you bend up, and then quickly in and out as you come back down. So you're ending on the note without a bend. You could do a half step, or you could do a whole step, or you could just slide it down to another position. And the best places to do it in are basically that note, that F sharp. So if you do it here, that's your F sharp, or right here, between those 2 patterns. And if I want to spice it up a little bit more, I could add like a tap to it, right? If I want to get real crazy and juice it up, let's go all the way up here to this pattern, right? I'm just an octave up. I could do that, but let's add this tap. It's kind of hard to do slow, but what we do is we bend it up a whole step, tap right here, and then we got to go up and down again. Man, it's so hard to do slow. And without distortion, definitely when you get into some more of these licks, you want a little bit more distortion, a little bit more gain to allow that stuff to ring out. So, thinking of that, let's try to apply these licks and get this really sexy R&B distorted guitar tone and see how it works with these licks, all right? Let's vibe this. All right, now we're grooving pretty hard, but what if we want to get more of a clean tone? All right, so let's vibe on some of these ideas and let's change the key, because if we ever want to lock in a lick, we got to put them in different situations and different keys and different solos and keep popping it in there so it starts to feel natural and it comes ingrained in our system, man, all right? So our next key is going to be A minor. And our chord progression is our good old A minor, F major 7, to E7. Yeah. But we're thinking A minor right now. So if I see my scale right here, I can see my first pattern with my ringing notes. Right? Here's my pattern. I go up a whole step. Grab that right there. And then I go up to my A string root. Boom. And I get that same pattern, right? And if I just wanted to find that extended pattern, I go, okay, here's my pentatonic pattern. Here's my extended box. And I go up. Yeah, all right. So now I'm starting to get acclimated in our key with these licks, okay? I got my ringing notes in the A key of A minor, and now I want to find my little bendy slide thing, right? Okay, so I find my key, go right here. All right, not bad. If I wanted to do it up here, I'd go right here. All right. Okay, so I got that vibe down and everything, but I'm in like more of a clean sound, so whenever I have less distortion, I could do more chordal stuff and it's gonna sound real nice. Because the more distortion we have, the muddier the notes are, so if I start doing a bunch of chord stuff, it's just not gonna sound that good. But here, with a clean sound, I could do a lot of this chord stuff, all right? So I wanna think about some cool chord stuff, and here's a dope lick like this for A minor. Now it might sound crazy at first, but as soon as you realize what it is, it's actually quite simple. And basically what it is just a bunch of A minors, all right? So we start off with this A minor. It's like an A minor 7 shape. And we go into this A minor, which if we put a root in there right there, it's like an A minor 9. And then we go to this one, which you probably know is another A minor 9 shape. And then this puppy right here, A minor 11 shape. And then the only little juice that I would say is in here is this, which is a B diminished chord, and that just gives it that little bit of tension to resolve back to our A minor shape, all right? Yeah, and I could put that leading into my A minor chord and it's gonna sound real nice. So that's cool, and if I want to think about another little ditty that I could do besides these chord moves, a double stop thing, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna start off my double stops in the middle 2 strings. Oof, yeah, just like that. A lot of like slides and everything, and makes it sound real juicy. So I'm gonna look at this pattern right here, the pentatonic. See that? See the middle 2 strings? Slide up that minor 3rd. And just kind of in and out like this blues. Right? Oof, yeah. And then just up like that. Yeah. That's a spicy, slippery, buttery lick. Yeah, I want to play that again. Oh, fuck, man. All right. So now I got 4 licks I could try out. I could try my bendy slide, my ringing half-step thing, my chord move, and then my double stop move. I got 4 licks that I'm just going to throw on here, man. That just, these are the licks that make me go, what the nasty? So I want to pop all these licks in here, man, in the key of A minor. Let's bust it and see how it goes. All right, man. So we're sounding pretty good. Now let's just take it one level. I'm gonna just kick our gain up a little bit, give it a little bit of crunch, and change the key. And let's see if we could take these four licks and put them in a different key, and then just really bring it home and bring it into our system. All right. So I'm gonna change this over to the key of E minor, and our chord progression is gonna be C major 7, B7, and E minor 9. Yeah. Maybe like a quick G7 to turn it back around to that C major 7. Okay, so what do I do every single time? I find my key. We're in the key of E minor, and I'm going to start right here on the E string, find my pattern, see it, and then look for my half step move to start off with. I know I can go up here like this. Yeah. Then if I do the same thing on my 7th fret for that A string root, I can go right here. Yeah. And then my extended pattern, right? I see this, I see the extended pattern. Box pattern right there. Yeah. Okay, all right, so that's lick 1 down. I kind of have an idea of where it is, so I could play with it, try and put it in there, improvise with it, whatever. Now I think about my next lick, the bendy lick, bendy slide. It's quite, you know, there's not a whole lot to worry about with this one to start, just getting that in there. But if I want to really bring it down to that other pattern, I would connect my E string root and my A string root like this. All right, so now for our chord moves. Now this is a little tricky, especially when we learned it in A minor because we had an open chord. But all we gotta think is the A string root, okay? And that's the chord that we were outlining. So here it's gonna be the E minor chord with the root on the A string. And I start there, and I get this one. There's my E minor 9, E minor 11, and then my little diminished shape. Right, just like that. So you got to take your time with this one because it's moving around, and if you're not super familiar with your chords and your keys, you got to go slow with it, man, because you got to be really, really comfortable with all these shapes and how they fit into this key. So you want to see these chords, especially those 2 patterns, man. I always go back to those 2 patterns, the E string root and the A string root, because it covers the majority of the neck. You know, it covers a lot of it before it repeats again right there. So there's only just this little area of the octave that that isn't there between these 2 patterns, man. So you can get so much juice right there. And if you see those common patterns, that's like everything, bro. And then finally, our little double stop move. So I find my main pattern right here with the root on the E string. I find the pattern down there. Start with the middle 2 strings. And that's the hardest move right there, this minor 3rd slide. Like we want that all one thing because that's what makes it, you know, slippery, baby. Yeah. Then bring it up like that. Let's take it a little bit slower. All right, all right, all right. So we got this vibe now. Now let's put on the track, solo over it, put these licks in there, see how it sounds, and hopefully, just hopefully, we get a what the f. Nasty. All right, people, you know what to do. Lay it down, practice those licks, take it slow. If you want the tab for everything, check us out on Patreon. All the supporters are helping me just bust out this free content, and you get those bonuses like the tab and the jam tracks, including the ones that I played on this lesson and all the past lessons as well. Keep jamming, stay nasty, y'all.